Have you ever heard the tale of Lord Vader, the confused and conflicted? Yeah, it's not a story the Jedi would tell you. They'd tell you about subjective truth and how it's all from a certain point of view. But really, it's really quite the mess. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. We're in match number 5, and there are a lot of highlights to this fight, folks. There are a couple new Omicrons we're going to see, GAC Omicrons specifically. You get to see what happened to Maul, and we're trying to get into the top 50. So, here's the situation. We're facing Darkness, which is not dissimilar to Christmas, but also extremely dissimilar. So there's that. We're ranked number 63 though, so if we can win this one, we can get into the top 50 again, which is the goal currently. He does have an advantage in GP, right over 10 million. You can see that GP is not the only thing they have an advantage over me on. Basically, every single thing they have an advantage over me on. So there's that. Mods and relics. There we go. That seems to be the order of the day, folks. Most people beat me pretty soundly on all of these. I just I don't know what to do. I'm working on it, guys. I am really working on the mods. It doesn't look like it from match to match, but I think we're making progress. So, looking at my defenses, I placed a lot. I've had a few people ask me, what do you even use for offense here? Like, what do you even attack with? Because we have a lot, guys. We have a ton. The bottom front is designed to take away their Galactic Legends, to make them use Galactic Legends prematurely, and then the back zone is used to make them stall out because they use too many Galactic Legends in the front, and they can't beat the Galactic Legends in the back. So, there's that, folks. Pretty cool. The top zone is also, I mean, there's a ton of teams you can trip up on and everything. It's cool. So, he placed a defense that was pretty unexpected for him, just because we only have 1 week to scout, and everything's going to change from week to week early on, especially lately. So, he placed 3 Galactic Legends, where the week prior he had only been placing 2. He placed them all in the front, though, which makes it easier for me to be able to plan at least, so I appreciated that. He has that Maul team, which you guys saw the thumbnail for already. General Skywalker is always a mess, and then 3 Galactic Legends, including the 2 most recent ones, and that really problematic Rey armor squad. With L3 there as a pre-taunt, it's a fairly nasty team, folks. On the top front, he also has a bunch of really good teams. He has the full Bando team, which I don't tend to respect a huge amount, actually. But it's still pretty solid. And then there's, the Dash Han Chewie team, which is crazy amounts of damage that can be dealt. GL Nute, Commander Luke, a Relic 9 crew, it's crazy. And then I expected that he'd at least have Starkiller in the back. So, before we jump in, folks, just want to remind you, if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is hit that like button, subscribe, comment, do something to help mount the algorithm. We really appreciate all the support. We being the royal we, apparently I'm royalty, but I really appreciate the support. You guys have been amazing. Really, really, truly do appreciate it. Gotta hit that sub, guys. Gotta hit it. For fun. It's fun. Trust me. It's fun. So, alright, before we jump into the actual fighting, my opponent did attack sometime before I attacked in the morning. I do my morning stream on Saturdays so that we can get the Euro crowd, and he failed a few different times. We'll go over that at the end, but he left 2 Galactic Legends in the back, and I didn't think he was going to be able to clear them. So, we've kind of got a small advantage here, at least. Let's see if we can press it home. First, we have to clear that bottom zone as efficiently as we can, while maintaining flexibility for the back zone, however. So, with that being said, folks. Let's jump into the fighting. We got to kill the GLs first, and then we can mess around with the other things. Alright, so we're going to use Supreme. Let me make sure my volume is on. There we go. It is, in fact, on. So we're going to use Sith Eternal. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I hit the wrong button again. I apologize. There we go. I'm going to use Sith Eternal here with armor and the Geos. Here's the thing. We do have Kenobi available for the mirror match, but Rey is pretty scary. Like, I don't want to use Sith Eternal on that, and I don't want to use Supreme Leader Kylo on that. We have 3 Galactic Legends, and I don't want to use either of those two on Rey. And I didn't even want to use my Jedi Master Kenobi team on Rey, but she was going to be the best choice. So that left Sith Eternal to take out this Kenobi team. But in 3v3, it's a little bit different. You use Geo Brood Alpha, so you're using 2 different teams, which stinks. You're not getting the best banners, all of that stuff. But here's the thing, guys. As long as you get 2 stacks of Beskar ingots from armor, which you usually just do, it's not a problem, because you start with 2, and as long as you just eat that big hit from Ahsoka on your Brute, then you're just good to go. Put 2 on Palpatine, because you still generate your ultimate faster, or just as fast as in 5v5, but they have way less hitting power because there's only 3 of them there, obviously. And so you take out the 2 adds, and then Sith Eternal has always done fine one-on-one against Kenobi. So, not too bad. We dropped 7 banners, of course. That's the bad part. But we got through. And now, here's the tricky part, guys. We can't let armor get 3 stacks onto Rey. Now, the good news is, even if we hurt someone enough to generate a 3rd stack on armor, her first move is always to do the armor shred. Even if she has 3 stacks and can apply it to someone, even though that's her whole goal in life, her value in this world, she's still like, you know what, we're just going to go armor shred someone because everyone cares about armor shred. Which, I mean, it's fine. But the idea here, we're using Mace because I don't have General Kenobi. I was like, where did I put Kenobi? I actually, even to this moment, I don't remember where I put him. He's somewhere, though, guys. So we're using Mace, but Mace is actually really good for a couple different reasons. General Kenobi wasn't going to be nearly as useful. So Mace can do a couple important things. He can ability block, and he can dispel. And he and Cat can actually pass turns between them pretty nicely because they're both Galactic Republic. So, all right, we give the damage immunity and the cooldown reduction to Cat, and then we use Mace. Make sure that this is the one that dispels buffs. And so Cat swapped turn meter with Mace. Mace dispelled L3. And I made sure that Mace was going to be faster than L3, which wasn't an issue. And then Kenobi got another turn for funsies. And now we can do our leap, take out armor right before L3 went. And then Mace is like, what the damn hell? Don't armor shred me. That wasn't cool. But, I mean, okay, so they can swap turn meter. That worked, except Cat didn't have that much turn meter, so there is also that. Alright, so trying to figure out when I should pop my ult and all of that stuff. Alright, we nudged Rey into damage immunity right before she got her ult, which is pretty nice. And the idea is, okay, they both have full, my 2 adds have full turn meter, so if I put the damage immunity on one of them, it wasn't actually going to stick before Rey did her ult. So decided to do my own ult early on, and I decided I wanted to try to see if I could stick that locked debuff, the armor shred on her while she was in her ult. Apparently doesn't work. I mean, probably most of you guys knew that, but I just wanted to try it. So alright, here's the other thing, guys. We want to call Mace to do his basic on Rey because he's got ability blocks, so she can't do Whirlwind. So, she's got that Whirlwind available, or she would have, but we ability blocked her, and now we life blocked her, and we're good to go. So L3 didn't even get her damage immunity. We just skipped all that nonsense, that bureaucratic nonsense. All right, so there's no Maul on this team, as I'm sure those observant few of you have noticed. So he's got Ninth Sister and Second Sister. Second Sister's not that interesting, really, on this team. Like, she is Relic 7 as opposed to Ninth Sister's only Relic 5. That kind of surprised me, but we're still in an age of people not understanding Inquisitors, including myself. I don't know Inquisitors well at all, but anyways, Second Sister's here. She's Relic 7. She's good with fleets, so I guess it makes sense. But let's try to take out Second Sister first, and then Lord Vader hasn't really done much with his ult. I mean, he's kind of struggling here, guys. So I guess we'll just keep punching him. I mean, Fennec lead. You guys have seen me do this at least one time. It's pretty nice. This is a pretty cool counter, in my opinion. So there it is. 56 banners. We dropped one. Bossk managed to take him out, get the kill. Good for you, Bossk. Now it's time for the thumbnail fight, folks. So do the AoE with dash to generate some turn meter on everyone. Qi'ra calls the mass assist to be able to take out Canderous, and now Landino. You guys have seen this every single fight so far. Landino ramps up for his big shot on Relic 8 Maul. Only 278k damage, guys, is it? And now we have to, okay, we got the stun with dash on Nest, so Nest doesn't do anything ill-advised. Nest is still dazed and everything. We got stagger to apply on her. And then note that I put Lando, I hid dash away with Landino, but he's also getting potency up when that happens. So it's kind of nice to be able to apply stuns and the like, but one way or another, we were able to stun lock Nest, and we got it. We got her. Now, the debate here was, if he has another Galactic Legend in the back zone, using my last Galactic Legend was going to potentially be a mistake here, but I also wanted to make sure that I had some flexibility I was pretty sure, by the way, but that he had used up all his Galactic Legends. I didn't think he had any in the back. I thought he had Starkiller. And we already have a team that quasi takes out Starkiller, at least multi-shots it. So I thought, you know what, we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna use Supreme Leader Kylo here because we got to go for efficiency if we can. Got to be efficient. And people were like, man, why don't you just solo this team with only Supreme Leader Kylo? And I was like, man, because you can lose that. You can lose that super easy. People didn't believe me, but I don't know. I'm not into just losing a Galactic Legend for nothing. I mean, it happens sometimes for sure, but I prefer to avoid it when possible. So yeah, you guys can see there's, Hux is nice here, of course. Pop the ult at the last minute just for funsies, and we dropped 3 banners, but we got through to the back zone without dropping any fights, which is somewhat fancy, at least. In the back, the question is there a Galactic Legend? And the answer is no. There is Starkiller, and there is the Tusken Raider team that I had noticed. He hadn't had Tusken Raiders in the previous week. Oh, here, let's skip forward. Hold on. Alright, for some reason I had recorded just some random, like I was just clicking into the Tuskens and I just poked around there for a minute on the stream. Apparently that made it into the final cut. So, alright, the Dash team here is fairly scary, guys. I mean, they do a huge amount of damage. They just triggered Savior on Grandmaster Yoda, like almost immediately, almost killed Jolee. They spread out their damage just a little bit, which is nice as well. But once you take out Chewie, you should be good to go. I mean, Gom was watching this and he was like, man, I'm never using that team on defense again. I mean, the full Relic 8 Dash team does do a huge amount of damage, and sometimes if they get the right combo right, they got close to getting it right this time, they can just blow this team off the board. But more often than not, you can counter it. So, alright, we have Thridian available, but I wanted to try Thridian on that Beskar Mando team. And plus, we have troopers here. We've been using troopers to take out Maul, like most of our matches, but decided, because we couldn't use this team on that Maul team because it had Nest on it, I decided to use Imperial troopers instead. Because it was fun. For fun, guys. That's why some people do things. Is that what you guys do? You watching this for fun? You can let me know in the comments. So, yeah, anyways, I decided to try taking out this GL Nute team with Wampa because he didn't have Iden available. Or there wasn't any Iden teams, and I was actually at one point I had decided to use Wampa against those Tuskens, but then I forgot about all that. And plus, I did have my own team that I had thought of to be able to take out the Tuskens. Decided I wanted to try that anyways. So use Wampa here because GL Nute, I mean, everyone's placing it still on defense, and I think that's a little bit, I don't know what the right word is. I think that those days, they may never end, because this team does have legs. It still does defend against a lot of teams, but there are a lot of teams that beat it now for fairly decent banners. Like Wampa just casually disregards it. Like you can even, people are starting to use troopers. I mean, I just used my Mon Mothma team with K2 and Cassian the other day, and whereas I didn't want that stress again. Like there's a lot of teams that beat it now, and so may as well just throw in Wampa this time. Good to go here, no issues. And okay, so now let's use Thridian here on this Bando team. And I'll just tell you one, like I didn't, there's an issue that I realized immediately after I jumped in. At what, like, who do you fracture? Do you fracture IG-11, and then Bando is available to constantly be placing a ton of just you know, whistling birds and doing damage immunity and stuff, like just having free reign? Or do you fracture Bando so that he doesn't get a turn? And I never really solved that while I was doing this, and so you know, we kind of bounce back and forth. So we fracture IG, great, IG's fractured, but now what do we do? As we just shoot IG for no reason? I don't know. Like we've gone about 2 minutes here, guys. We've done almost nothing substantial to anyone except for a little bit to Beskar Mando. And then he even puts damage immunity on himself, and now he's healed all the way to full. We've already spent over 2 minutes, and we've done basically nothing here, because our control team is facing another control team with really high relics. And yeah, I went in without a plan as well, which, I mean, that's almost worse. So, alright, we fractured him while he's in his poop stance. I wanted to try this just to see, but I realized that this was a poor choice, because now he's, one of the good things about Bando on defense is he doesn't get a ton of whistling birds. But with this fight, it was like, well, I guess we'll just fracture him and force him to get 20 whistling birds. Like, I don't know what my end game here was. It was a little bit confusing. So we killed Bando, finally. And then we spent almost 2 minutes timing out. So, a little bit frustrating. But, I mean, we took out the lead, so we can probably clean that up. Now, let's use our Bad Batch here for fun against this Relic 9, Relic 7. Relic 9 on crew, Relic 7 on Red Trooper team. Now, one thing that I've gotten better at is using the Hunter ability to pass the turn, and then the second after he passes the turn, then when someone else attacks, the person who attacks then stuns and puts that undispellable buff immunity, which I've gotten more and more use out of it. I feel like I'm like a sophomore using the team now, you know, instead of just a freshman. So, anyways, Bad Batch, pretty high utility here, guys. 57 banners, and now we got to clean up this Bando team and see what's in there for fleets, and then we can do our live footage. So we're using. I needed to find a team of you know, it's tough to know exactly which teams we should be using for for what, like, this cleanup, he still has a lot of really tough teams in the back zone. And I didn't want to use anything too fancy. So, one thing I want to point out here, guys, is we're using Asajj lead because she does extra damage. She dispels things. And, like, Spirit really likes her because Spirit does a lot of damage. Note that Spirit's the only one who's really doing any true damage because whenever she has Foresight up, she ignores armor, or she ignores defense, rather. So, pretty fancy stuff, really. I mean, just very, very fancy, in fact. so, I mean, you need that Foresight, and once that is, you start doing some pretty big damage. Even though we couldn't crit Kuiil early on because Kuiil was accompanied by IG-11, we're good to go. All right, so back zone, he put a pretty tough fleet defense. So, all right, now we're going to, oh, here. So this is a sneak peek of what's going to happen after the live segment. We got to take out the Starkiller team, and we only have one hope for it. The goal is to two-shot Starkiller, and two-shot our way to victory. Let's go to the live clip, though. It's only mildly terrifying, folks. So far, this has worked. I'm not convinced that we'll every time be able to take out Palp, though. That's the thing that sketches me out, guys. I need to think out my opening sequence a little better too. I always find myself having missed hits on Palp. Okay, so start with Fear. And then, I mean, we want Fear on him again, it seems like. But that's the problem with this opening sequence. Oh, we didn't get Stagger on Starkiller. That's no fun. That's no fun. And I think we just do this. Then he has Stagger. Then we can just pop the Stagger here. We're only doing like 50% of our usual damage. Oh my gosh, that was not good at all. Whew. That might just screw us, guys. I don't know. If that feels a little bit like we're in trouble. Yeah, this won't even kill him though. So we're only doing 50% damage. So, dude, come on. Oh my gosh, I don't think we're gonna kill him. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, come on. Let me have a turn, please. Just give me a turn. Give me a turn. Okay. I think this does it. Well, thank goodness. Okay. Good, okay. You killed me before you could drop the Star Destroyer, at least. Oh yeah, well, that about gave me a heart attack. Whew. Yeah, man. Super sketchy. No question there. No debate. Glad we got through it, because I don't know what else we have that could even get through it at all. Whew. Alright, we're not even going to question our fortune, though. We're just going to jump right back in. And she just actually did her stun, the big tenacity down move, so that's good. Okay, throwing the entire tire at... Gosh, come on, let me have a turn, please. That would be fantastic if you just let me have a frickin' turn. Oh, that didn't do much. Well, it kind of did. Okay, let's try to stun him. Great. Everyone's dazed, but this should heal us a little bit at least. Let's just stun her. No? No stun for Mara Jade? You have chosen death. Okay. Cool. That was pretty neat, huh? Jeez. Alright, folks, we are back. So, that's pretty scary stuff. We kind of got lucky there, frankly. But you have to get lucky sometimes in GAC if you want to beat some of these really top players. So, anyways, we've got this Tusken team. The problem with the Tuskens is that the Tuskens are able to regenerate. They have that summoned character, and all of them apparently can resummon that character. And so you need something that prevents revives. You need something that prevents revives. And So we've got Jango here that does that. He has to hit them on his own turn, but if he takes someone out on his own turn, that it prevents revives. So that Tusken Raider is the target for Jango. I wasn't exactly sure how to approach this. Of course, you know, the Tuskens are taking turns. They're doing all their cool stuff. We don't want to kill their Tusken yet, though. So that's why we just did a basic. And then I was like, you know what? We got the open shot. Let's take out their Tusken. All right, cool. So he can't revive. And all right, we took out another one. And then I mistakenly thought that if we took out their summoned Tusken, then he would just stay gone. But then their Shaman revived him. But then no one was available to revive the Shaman. So we got through it. But a little bit weird. All right, now we've got the First Order TIE Pilot, Omicron here, guys. So we've got a fast OGKylo. I put him at 280 speed, so that means he's 380 speed under Phasma lead with First Order TIE Pilot Omicron. And so the idea here is to outspeed even this team with Bossk's, or not with Bossk, sorry, with Zam and her Omicron. And the Boba's a little bit fast as well. You can see that they've fully boosted turn meter, but because we do the AoE from OGKylo, everyone else gets more turn meter. Then Phasma can get more turn meter, hand all the turn meter to everyone else. Like, you can do a small turn meter train at the start to be able to get the initial nuke. Now, I know that a lot of people are using like Hux lead and everything, and I think that's the superior version, but we already used Hux, and I wanted to use Phasma just to see how it would do. So note especially here, guys, the type of note how they're all assisting each other, because that's part of Phasma's lead if you put her Zeta on. So just watch and see how it goes. We're taking out Zam first, of course, because Boba we don't want to have to kill twice. So okay, took out Zam before they could even take a turn. So that was cool. We get the stun on Boba, and let's just keep going. Keep on going. Alright, took him out the first time, and then he did a bunch of damage to OGKylo, because he's a jerk like that. And then we took him out, so that was pretty fancy. And yeah, I mean, they can regenerate their health and protection, and look at that, guys. Phasma's the only laggard in that regard. Everyone else is good to go. Alright, now, we didn't have too much left, frankly, guys. I mean, that's how it works in 3v3. If you put enough on defense, you just end up with not much on offense available left. So, I mean, Padme works against Jedi Training Rey. He was fast enough. His stuff was fast enough. I was like, I don't even know who to target. Like, I guess let's just try to snipe out Jedi Training Rey. And she got foresight, of course. That's how her kit works. And then R2-D2 hid her, so that was a little bit counterproductive. So instead, we decided to kick R2-D2 a little bit, because, you know, why wouldn't we? Take out R2-D2. Now we can take out Jedi Training Rey. I mean, this wasn't. There was never a threat here, really. I mean, Padme's just always going to be able to take this team out. So, nothing too crazy. 56 banners. We actually, that's actually pretty crazy, guys. There was at least one character, there was two, in fact, that never took damage. Now, all right, once you start playing 3v3 enough, you start noticing these different archetype teams. Like Dooku lead is actually fairly problematic for a few different reasons for different teams, but not really for Mon Mothma. Not for this. Like, Droideka can do a little bit of damage, but really, I mean, not that much. Not that much at all, in fact. So, we got Droideka because we get the Dispel from Worthless guy and everything. And, you know, Poggle's here for moral support, apparently. He can ability block on his basic, I guess. It's kind of a confusing addition here. I guess he kind of works okay with Droideka. He does a Dispel, I guess. I mean, this is certainly what you would call a leftovers team. Like, there's nothing substantial here, really. It's, you know, Dooku's really good at leftovers teams because he's Relic 8 because of requirements, and then otherwise, I mean, he can hit you back, he can steal some banners, and, you know, he's certainly doing that here. He stole one banner, but I think that was it. That was it for squads. So at that point, I was like, okay, if I win one ship's battle, I think I win. So, yep, here's what was left. Those 2 Galactic Legends. He tried it already. Now we're going to use our finalizer against his Executor. So as long as we clear one fleet, we win. So I was hoping it would be this one. Get that ability block on Bossk. For a minute I got disoriented. And so here's an issue, guys. I don't practice this in fleets as much because I don't climb in fleets that often. I just don't have time to do it, really. Unfortunately. What one did I just push there? Did I just give turn meter to... Did I just steal turn meter from Echelon? I don't know what I just did. That was pretty weird. But, okay. We missed against their Xanadu Blood with our big hit with Silencer. And it's kind of an issue. And then, Sunfat came in and kind of cleaned it up. But after that, it was kind of throwing me off. It was kind of messing with me. I couldn't land the stun on that Boba. And I was trying to figure out exactly what team we wanted to use. Should we give the generalized turn meter? Should we give the specific turn meter? Finally, we got the stun on Slave 1, but then I had forgotten to control his Houndstooth, which is a hugely egregious error, in fact. So now we're dealing with these guys through this taunt that won't go away on Bossk. And so we got to kill Bossk, and I mean, a little embarrassing, guys, frankly. I mean, I'm like, okay, we can still kill Bossk, though. I wouldn't say there's no issue, but we should be able to take out Bossk. Couldn't get the stun there. Finally got the stun. Not that that matters, really. Alright, so they killed old... whatever his name is. Stunfac. And... I don't know. We're not killing Silencer yet. I was like, oh, maybe this will be the kill. But then... But what I thought was the kill was actually them killing me, and we just left in a huge, dazed, confused mess that was going to be very difficult to clean up. Because of that one blunder. You need to control that Houndstooth. You have to do it, guys. And I didn't. So, this build here is we're using Malevolence, obviously, and this build gave me some problems, as you guys will see. So... We really need to take out that bomber. Really need to do it, guys. That is super important. But every time we try to get some stacks of whatever they're called, buzz droids, on them, Shuttle is dispelling them, and he's got all those stacks, the stack of protection that he gets from the Shuttle. And then Gauntlet comes in and dispels all the rest of it. Like, Interceptor dispelled the stacks, and then Gauntlet did. I mean, this was a very well-placed team. I mean, we're on the very brink of just getting completely destroyed here, guys. Like, we're so close to just getting... I do have my High Relic Landino ship, though. So it's like, okay, let's dispel the protection up, do extra damage, and we were able to just snipe out that bomber. So that was cool. Question was, could we kill the Interceptor with one big hit from Spy? And then Gauntlet's like, hey, I'll taunt for a minute. That'll be fun. That'll be a neat trick. And I thought that I had my ultimate coming, but I was mistaken. And Empire's like, haha, we'll kill you now. So, alright, well, guys, we don't win one of these fights, we're just screwed. We can't win the match. So, it's like, we only need to clear one fleet here, and we win. But, I don't know, it's proving more problematic than expected. For the record, I don't love showing you guys this fleet struggle. So, alright, 51. I think we only needed 30-something. So, thank goodness we passed the line. All right, looks like we're gonna win. Let's take in home one though. Let's cement the win here by taking home one. Take out this negotiator. So, all right, this the RNG has been, I've been struggling a little bit on this particular build of Negotiator with Home 1, because I can't get the Falcon to assist. Not at the right rate here. So decided to try something weird here, guys. Decided to go Anakin's not in the right place right now. And I decided to just try to just like get him out of his loyalty buff so that he wouldn't have it available, so he didn't have to go back into his stealth. Okay, so there we go. Killed Anakin, but now everyone is dazed, and I think I even already did the wiggle with Falcon. We don't have the dispel from Akbar either, and we don't even have any tanks out there. So, okay, Falcon's finally dispelled because of heroics from Cassian, but now Cassian's gone as well. Let's get in our other Y-Wing. Let's get in our backup tank, because everyone needs a backup if you bring Biggs as a tank, because we all know what happened to Biggs in Episode 4. Try not to mention it in his presence, guys. It'll only upset him, but finally, we were able to take him out. Terrible banners, but we got through. And now, out of spite, I just took my Executor, because I was like, you know what? We're going to try to kill that Slave 1. We're just going to do it, guys. Kill Slave 1. Yay, we did it. We killed Slave 1. Alright. I mean, we had dregs, though. We had nothing left. Nothing that could really challenge this fleet. And, I mean, you may as well just play it until they kill you, instead of just sit there and time out. I just full loaded the fleet, because there was no way. There was just no way we can challenge this Executor with the crap I had remaining. And there it is. All right, so Ghost is gone, and final score here, guys. We did okay, I suppose. I mean, we one shot. That was good, at least. Well, not one shot. We won. That's what I meant to say. So I'll show you guys the final thoughts here. Hold on to your butts, guys. Hold the phone. Hold something. All right, so we got the win. Okay, so as you see, they failed on my 2 Galactic Legends back here. They did kill Rey for what, really bad banners. I think they got 57, or sorry, they got a 50 out of 57, so that was good. And then the other 2 teams back there actually made them drop quite a few banners as well. And then before that, they had failed once on Traya. You can barely see it, but they killed Nihilus, and they had dropped a bunch on trying to clean up Traya, so that was cool. And then they dropped one on the Boba team, because that team just takes everyone by surprise. And then they even dropped one on my Executor, so they had dropped quite a few. So, man, that was a really tough defense, guys. Really strong stuff. Kudos to my opponent for doing as well as he did, though ultimately he didn't save enough for my Galactic Legends, so yeah. Anyways, I need more finalizer reps, guys. There was some weird stuff that happened, and I just, when you're out of practice of something, if something goes a little bit screwy, your ability to adapt, that's why you want to practice, is to be able to, so that you've seen all those situations and you're like, oh yeah, I know how to do that. Like, I could have won, like, the RNG wasn't really that bad for me. It was just that I was out of practice. I made one misstep, and that's all it takes for that counter. So, that happens. We want to avoid it, of course. I need to practice more. So there is that. I do want to focus, though, on the fact that I was able to clear that really tough defense with the nonsense that I had on offense. So that was pretty fun. Top 50 or nah. Finally, guys, I am in the top 50. We're facing Themi, though, and he destroyed me last time. So we'll see how it goes this time. He's a really good player, but it is 3v3, and I've improved as a player, and my roster's also improved, so we'll see how that goes in the finals next week, folks. And if we do, we'll get deeper into the top 50. We'll see how it goes. So, guys, thank you so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zareth prevails. See you next time.